my loves, and welcome back to another video. A very fun video. I'm very excited. I've just put we're literally starting off the last vlog into this one, but I have just put a little poll on, so we'll do a Q&A shortly. This is obviously like a working week in my life. I don't know if it's going to be exactly a week. I'm actually starting it on a Tuesday, and I basically just wanted to start it today to jump on, say hi. I'm actually so excited, and the reason I'm starting this right now is because I'm so impatient. I got a new camera and I'm so excited about it, so I feel like we could also quickly talk about cameras and kind of like a little bit about them. I feel like I've had my fair share of them now, because I feel like there's one thing I feel like the majority of people who have cameras or want to get cameras, the kind of idea is that you kind of want to start YouTube, or you want to put some better quality into your Instagrams or like your TikToks. For me, it's mainly YouTube. I will say, I love when people use like high res cameras for TikToks and Instagrams. One thing that I've noticed on my accounts though is when I do that, the algorithms on Instagram and TikTok, they don't like it. Like, they do not like it. And I don't know why, I don't know what it is, but I always feel like I see my videos perform worse as opposed to on just my phone. I think it does prefer the iPhone quality, and I have heard people, like a lot of people, say that it's like the general consensus. So if you're interested about cameras, right now we're on the DJI. This is the Pocket 3, this is the Osmo. You guys have like a mixed opinion with this. Basically, with this camera, it's super easy to use. It's got like a really wide angle. As you can see, you can probably see all the mess in the background. A bit of a mission for today. And this does track my face, which I actually really like, because it means that sometimes, I don't know, if I'm with a Canon, obviously that's a fixed camera, or like a lens I should say, when you're walking around and you've kind of like hadn't looked at the camera for a second and your face is out of it, it's a bit like, oh, that's annoying. Whereas with this, like, you just know it's tracking you. But I know that you guys say it's a bit disorientating watching it as a viewer, which I do completely appreciate and understand. This is just so discreet. But if you're wanting to become a vlogger, I would actually recommend this camera out of the three that I've kind of got / use. I think it's just the most discreet to be able to like vlogging in public takes a lot more courage than you realize. And I feel like I was definitely first to experience that when I like walked out with a camera and I was like, oh my god, like everyone does stare at you, because I mean, I think I've only ever seen like one person vlog in public, and obviously I see like people in the industry who do it, but like if I'm just, I don't know, walking around my local Primark or Tesco, like you see no one do it. So yeah, I would say that this is really good. It's really easy to connect to your phone. It's got little different battery packs that you can add onto it, so like it's kind of like longevity is really good. It uses an iPhone charger and a USB-C, which is also really handy. Lots of different functions, works really great in the nighttime, high res. We do love her, but in saying that, we've obviously got the trusty Canon, which I absolutely love. This is the Canon G7X Mark II. The Mark II and the Mark IIIs are very, very similar. Like, there's not much, I would actually say, that are in it. This, however, is on its last legs. So I love the Canon quality. I feel like I love the picture of it. If I start filming on this, I'll then be able to show you the difference. To be fair, I feel like this is quite discreet as well compared to what I'm about to show you, which I've just purchased. I'm trying to think of retail prices. I do like all the modes that we've got on the Canon as well. You've got all of your different bits and bobs here. I mainly just use auto to vlog, and then you've got all the different settings for photos. The Canon G7X Mark II obviously went viral this year, which means that you cannot purchase them, which leads me on to my next thing. This one, it's still working. She's great. However, I will say I've bashed her about. I obviously lost mine in Australia last year because she drowned in my bag, which was really fun. And then this one is actually Jed's that I've stolen because he isn't doing YouTube currently. And I dropped it with the, what's it called? Like the flash out. You'll see it here. This now doesn't go in. So she's a little bit on her last leg. She's definitely battered around. Still gonna use her, still gonna love her, use her for photos, and definitely until I can get my hands on a new one. But she still works. She's just a little bit old at this point. Like, I think Jed's had this for probably like 5+ years. So basically, I was just looking at retail prices. The DJI, which we're currently on, that retails for £619. However, there are actually a few deals on it at the moment, getting it down to $588. One thing with the DJI is that it comes in like a creator pack, so you can get, I think it's the microphone, the battery pack, and a tripod. Like, it comes in a really lovely little case. So they've got that running at the moment, which is really good. And then I want to say the Canon is actually at a similar price, around the 700 mark. Yeah. So we've got that creator. There's like the vlogger kit, so you'll get a gimbal in there, which is like, well, a tripod type situation. And that retails at £639. This next one is a little bit of the jump up. So I basically bought a Sony, and I know that loads of kind of like YouTubers, I guess you could say, could switch to the Sony Z something. Oh, sorry, I'm shaking you. I'm actually really quickly gonna switch back to the Canon purely because I know that this is like going crazy. It's the Sony ZV something. I know that if you go on their website, they actually have a section which is called vlogging style cameras, because I feel like you've obviously got your photography cameras, and then you've got your videography cameras, and then you've got your vlogging cameras, which are kind of the step down below. So this retailed at $9.99, which is a bit of a spenny purchase, and I'm very excited to test her out. She's a large camera. This is the ZVE10 Mark II, and she comes with interchangeable lenses, which is something that I really liked. Jed's also been speaking about getting just a new camera to kind of like test and trial things out, see what he's, I can't undo the thing, see what he's liking. And my friend Martha has this camera, and a few other creators that I know, and she looks really cool, really bougie. I don't know if this is necessarily going to be like I'll probably use her every day when I'm at home and like maybe out and about, but again, like she is quite big, so I don't know. Like the Canon's a great size for vlogging. This is so teeny tiny, like some people barely notice. If you've got that in your hand, that's so tiny, so it's so good. Equally, I do want to say iPhone quality is better than ever. Like it's actually incredible. I know that a lot of the times I've forgotten my camera, or I don't really feel comfortable bringing out my camera in public, I will just use my iPhone, and a lot of people do that until you maybe want to make the investment in getting a camera. Like you don't need to get a camera straight away, like by no means do you. Like I feel like we're so lucky to have the technology that we do nowadays. iPhone quality, still amazing, really easy to then put it all together, cut it up. I just love cameras, so this is a bit of me. So this is her. Oh my goodness. So as you can see, she's not, I keep calling her she, so I'm really sorry if that's annoying. I don't know why that's a habit I've gotten into and I can't get out of it. But basically this is obviously an interchangeable lens, and then you can get really, really big ones depending on like kind of like the quality. Got a little strap in here. I know that we've also got a windbreaker in here. There's this, I think that's the battery pack, but that's bloody huge. How's that getting in the camera? This will be the windbreaker. So these are just little fluffy things. These are really good if you are vlogging out and about, and in our UK weather it is atrocious, isn't it? So just looks like a little fluffy god knows what. So in size comparison, we've got, I actually do really like the quality of the Osmo. I feel like I always say I prefer Canon. I love both of them. But then I come onto the Osmo and I'm thinking this is cool. Pretty similar sizes. I feel like, she's a little bit wider, a little bit longer. Definitely a lot more chunkier. They're obviously not really cameras that I can kind of like super compare because they're two different brands. Let's see if they've actually charged this battery or they've given me a dead one, because I have also realised I thought that the charger would have come in said box, but it hasn't. This is completely different to the Canon in terms of like setting it up. So I don't know how to, she's on. Okay, I still can't get over the fact that there isn't a charger that came with this, considering the price. So I'm gonna have to go online and quickly pick one of those up, because I just had it flash saying power insufficient. So the battery, she's under there, it's quite big. And then it's actually interesting that your SD card goes in the side there, purely just because with the Canon, you've got everything like compact in one little vent. Oh, the lens is on. That would make sense. Oh, okay, she feels very zoomed in, but I don't. So now we've got the monitor to the side, which is like really throwing me off because I feel like I now am looking this way, so I'm gonna have to get used to like facing this way. But yeah, this is the new camera. I feel like I'm definitely gonna have a play with her and get back to you about how I'm feeling, what's going on. So far from the monitor, I'm actually really loving the finish of this camera. I feel like it's got a really nice quality about it. But there's definitely lots of settings. I'm gonna have to work my way around this because right now it says it's also recording in HD 50p. So I'm guessing it goes up to 4K 60, but it'll need to put it into 4K 60 to see that. So yeah, I'll probably check in with you when I've kind of gotten to grips with this camera. One YouTube video later and we have figured out how to put her into 4K. Now I feel like this guy, he seems pretty good, so I'm actually gonna watch a few of his videos in terms of, because I also think, I know that the Sonys have a like face filter on it, so I'm also gonna try and figure out if I can take that off. Yeah, there's like lots to get to know with obviously a new camera. I'm used to like Canons, I know how Canon works, I know how the DJIs work. We're now playing with Sony, so this is very, very exciting and I can't wait to learn more about it. Yeah, so in terms of this week, fairly quiet week. Tomorrow's probably my busiest day, where we've got an event and then I've got 2 meetings with my management, which I'm very looking forward to. I've got a strategy meeting. So I'm gonna try and bring you along with that as much as I can. Again, like there's certain details that I like can't really share, which is annoying. But yeah, we'll do a Q&A section part of the video, kind of show you what my day-to-day looks like. There's kind of like a standard format with kind of like social media, in the sense that like, I feel like I wake up, I talk to my manager straight away. Me and my manager, we talk absolutely every single day. She's absolutely amazing. And it'll kind of be, okay, like I very much am a visual person. I like to work visually. So she'll kind of like send me a table of what's incoming, what products are we waiting on, when I'm shooting for an ad, whether I've sent the ad off and we're waiting for approval on it, or it's come back with feedback and I need to figure out the amendments and then send it off. So it's kind of like a lot of that back and forth in terms of like the ad side of things. And then I've got like my day-to-day where I've got obviously the project that I'm working on with staff. So it'll kind of be like, again, like checklisting kind of like as we're going through it and as we're building it, what do we need to do, what can be done today, what can be done when we're waiting on certain people and manufacturers, blah, blah, blah. And then we've got the organic side of things, which is the bit that I enjoyed the most, which is kind of like, I have been doing a lot with Jed recently and helping him out in terms of like what's he's wanting to film for his side of things. Obviously he's very like cooking, like that's his niche. So like for me, I'll kind of sit down, and because I'm lifestyle, I'll go through all the different categories. So it's like, okay, cool, what makeup videos can I film this week? What cooking videos, what like lifestyle, whether it's cleaning, fashion, like there's all the different categories, and like whether there's like different series that I want to start. On my TikTok, I've only got 1 series at the moment. That's just like favorite cozy meals. I'm also going to start a new series where it's kind of like, what did I call it? I think it was like quick meals don't need to be boring, or like, I need to figure those words out, but just like quick meals that are like enjoyable and don't taste like crap, but didn't take you like 2 hours to make. I know that I started it last year doing like a piece of clothing to invest in. So like I bought this coat from Tala, and oh my god, I think it was like, what, £160, which is very expensive for a coat. When I tell you I've worn this coat day in, day out, it's an amazing brand. I've literally worn it through the rain. It goes with so many different things. I'm like trying to find like different bits and bobs to encapsulate my wardrobe. So that's the fashion series that I want to start. There's lots of different bits and bobs. So then of a week, I basically have this, hold on, I'll grab it now. This is actually from 2024, but I mean, I didn't use all of it. So I'm just using it until I've got none left. But it's literally a weekly planner, and then I write absolutely everything out. So literally Monday to Sunday, and I will literally timestamp it to a T. It's really throwing me off that I don't know what this quality is looking like. I do think this face thingamadoodah is really throwing me off. So yeah, so like day to day, it'll kind of be like priorities, what I need to get done first, when I can start filming, whether I'm going to the gym, little bits and bobs like that. So we'll go through that as we go along. And then in the Q&A part, we'll go over like any tips I found. Been doing social media for 4 years now, and I absolutely love it. No day is the same. That is what I absolutely love about this job, is no day is the same. You can be completely as creative as you want, and as a creative person, straight up my street. So yeah, I hope this video comes across in the right way. I know that a lot of you requested it. I absolutely love this job, and I only want to share it with you guys and share kind of like what I found about it, kind of like my little tips and tricks, what I found difficult. By no means am I saying it's a difficult job. Just like in any job, you're going to find difficulties. That doesn't make it a difficult job, but we'll talk about it. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I feel like that's a good start to the video. Lots of different cameras going on, so I'm sure I'll figure it out. And I will check in with you tomorrow. Good morning, my loves. So we're off to a White Fox event this morning. It's basically Pilates and I want to say manifestation afterwards, but I don't know if I can stay like the full amount of time, but I know that I'm there for the Pilates class. It's basically because I've got a strategy meeting afterwards, and then we've got lunch with said managers. I'm really excited for today. I'm out of breath because I've been running around like a headless chicken. No matter how like early I wake up, I always make myself late, but like this morning, didn't want to get out of bed. Like it is so disgusting outside. And I mean, it's eased off now. When I woke up this morning, like all I could see was complete whiteout. There was like absolutely, like you couldn't see anything. So I just thought, take me back to bed. But no, today's really excited, and I'm very happy it's going on. So this is the new collection. I don't know why I do this. I love black sets, but like they're all I pick up nowadays. I'm like, I should venture into like some color or some tones, but I don't. But love the shape of their sports bras. I feel like they're always so super flattering. They did also send me this little is it a halter neck top, or it's like a little crossback, which is so cute. So I'll probably pop this on. But everything feels like really like, it's a really nice material. It feels quite, oh, You know when things are like a nice tightness, like not suffocating, but just like nice? It looks like I'm wearing a jumpsuit now. Love that. I'm actually gonna pop it on with this little bolero just for a little bit of warmth. I am gonna get an Uber there, which normally I don't do. I literally always get a tube going into Central, but where it is, it's like in Strand, and I don't know why the routes that I've got to get to Strand, it's like really complicated. Like I've basically got to go out further to come back in on myself, so it actually works out quicker, or like I think the exact amount of time to get an Uber. So I'm just gonna take that option today. I've had to like pack my bag with like jeans and a top in so that I can change, because I feel like it doesn't matter what I wear to my strategy meeting because it's literally just in our offices. But in terms of like going for lunch, I don't know if they'll let me in my leggings, which I feel like a lot of places in London are like that, and it's just annoying. I'm gonna do my Sisters and Seekers coat. I've been wearing this so much, everyone's been asking where it's from, and it's actually Sisters and Seekers. I've got 2 of them now. This one's like a suede one, and then the other one I have is it's a faux leather, but it's like a cream colour. But I'm absolutely loving this kind of like suede material for winter. I want to go and put something on my chest, so I don't want it to get cold unless I just zip it up and look like a little trucker boy. Let's go. I don't have time to yap, so we've got to run. So we got into the event, really cute in here. Like I feel like I would have been sat at clips already, but it's literally so cute in here. Currently just waiting for it to start. In terms of like days like these, I always like try and think, okay, what can I film today? So obviously like I'm YouTube vlogging, but then I'm also thinking, okay, cool, like I can do a little TikTok as well. So I'm like literally just getting like little aesthetic, that's great, little aesthetic clips that I could do a voiceover at the end of the day. Normally I actually used to be able to like talking, vlogging like I do YouTube to my phone, but recently I found it easier that if I'm doing YouTube as well as TikTok vlogging, that it is easier just to do the clips, because I've also got story content and things like that.
I wanna get you all alone now and go hide away from the lights, but I don't dare to, I'm too fragile, and for that I do apologize. Maybe someday we can work it out, but I'm afraid it's too late to try. Baby, I don't dare to love you, and you know the reason why. Don't you know I'm way too weak to swim? Can't you feel the waves come crashing in? Running out of safety nets, cause every night I fall down in the middle of the night screaming, oh my God, cause your love's too deep. You know your love's too deep. I reach out in the middle of the night screaming, oh my, cause your love's too deep. You know your love's too deep.
So class is done, class is very good. Tia, chef's kiss. We're basically doing like little manifestation boards now, which I'm very looking forward to. Apparently at lunch, which I didn't know about.
So I just made a little hi! You know, ice pasta is 10 out of 10.
Yeah,
that's what I was saying.
It was a good little bag. So cutesy, so wholesome. Just grab myself a little coffee. I don't have any syrup, so I've like packed it with like 4 different sugars, which people say that when you do that, it's technically that you don't like coffee, but that's bollocks. I'll bet this and this only. I mean, like, guys, not me putting the drinking in there, but this. Hello, my lovely people. Just realised this camera is actually almost about to die, so I must have filmed so much of the Pilates. Either way, I am now heading to my management's office. It's so cold. We were going to do lunch first and then strategy, but we're going to do strategy first. Then going to get changed out of my leggings into some jeans, and then we're going to go for lunch, which I'm really excited about. I love strategy meetings, like there's no tomorrow. It basically means that like we go in, we review everything from like brands I've worked with to brands like I really want to work with, or like what content performed well, where my audience is sitting, like whether my engagement rate is good, like all the analytics you could possibly think of, we run through. I'm still out of breath from the walk, that's really bad. Someone needs to get some more cardio in, but yeah, I'll try and film little bits and bobs. I just don't know how much I'm going to be able to, but people. I feel like this lighting actually looks a little bit crazy. We are indeed at home now. I've just come home, put a wash on. It's now 4ish. As you probably see, didn't film much of the strategy meeting. It was very much just talking through like what we want to do this year. A lot of stuff is confidential currently, because me and Jed have big plans this year, business side of things as well. Like there's lots that I still can't talk to you about, but give me 2 months. I feel like a broken record and it's so annoying and I want to tell myself to shut up. So I didn't film too much of that. We then went for lunch, which was so lovely. We went to this place called, I can't pronounce it, but I'm gonna put it on the screen because I feel like I'm actually gonna butcher it even if I do say it. And then we actually had a little walk around, grabbed a coffee to go, and then we went into the new Aloe store because it is slowly but surely becoming one of my absolute new favourite brands, just because there's a new store on Regent Street. Is it Regent Street? I'm pretty sure it's the one that's leading up to Oxford anyways. That's just open, so we wanted to go and see it. Not really got much going on for the rest of the day. Normally I actually go to Pilates at this time of the day, just because I'll kind of like finish up work and then head over. It is one thing about like our jobs is like being self-employed, you do choose your own hours and kind of like your workload. But like with me, I feel like I try and get as much in, and I feel like Jed can probably vouch for me in terms of that one. But now that I haven't really got much going on for the rest of the day in terms of scheduled, I've got a few amendments. So Emma is my manager, so we'll kind of go back and forth. I've got I'm working with GiftGaff right now currently again, so I've got a few amendments with them, so I'll literally sit here, edit through those, and then I've actually had one of the products that I'm shooting with get delivered, but I need to go over my brief to know whether I need to film it tonight or it's like a morning thing, in the sense that like, is it a skincare routine or is it an evening routine? I need to go through it. And then I've basically got a big to-do list. It's on my phone, but I basically categorize my to-do lists. I color code them. So I've got like yellow is personal, I've got baby pink as work, and then I've got like a hot pink as business venture stuff. So I kind of color code it that way, and at the moment I've got 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 bullet points to get through. But that's kind of like, I put that as in like it needs to be done this week, so I'll kind of like get as much as I can do in one day. But obviously if it runs on tomorrow, then that's fine. But that's literally me. Like I'll literally spend so much time on my laptop, go through my emails as well. I've got like a lot of like finance stuff going on at the minute with like learning about pensions and stuff, and it's all like, apparently, I don't know, I feel like I'm always being sent invoices at this minute in this day and age. I'm thinking, oh, okay. Like we've just had our estate agents message me. That was my own fault. I did mess up with our estate agents. I sent the rent to our estate agents twice. So I'm twice out of my rent, which hurts my bank account a lot. So we're going back and forth them trying to get my money back. Also, whilst I was editing, I sat here, I was just thinking the software that I use to edit is called CapCut, and it is incredible. Like it's the only software I use. I feel like a lot of my friends use it as well. Judge uses it. It is completely free. You can pay for like upgrades to get like more kind of like effects, but I would say CapCut is definitely my favorite. And then if I'm doing YouTube videos, you can also use CapCut. I think they've now launched YouTube editing software, or I should say like landscape for computers, but I actually use Final Cut on my laptop. Jed taught me how to use it absolutely ages ago, and I've loved it ever since. But I have actually got my editor Em doing the job now, but when I don't have her around, then I use that. And that is a wrap on today. It is 10 to 8. I feel like we did all of that in very, very good time. Guys, I've not got a monitor. I'll switch the camera around in a minute. My whole filming setup is a shambles. It's great, it works well, but if you saw behind this camera, you'd be like, oh my god, Imogen, that is such a mess. But it's got logic. Right now it is messy, but it has logic. But I just wanted to jump on because I'm so obsessed with my skin. I did like a little first impressions. So I'm working with L'Oreal at the moment, which is a brand I absolutely love. I work with them religiously. 10/10. I mean, it's such a staple that I'm pretty sure like all of us use every day. They're running a TikTok shop deal at the moment with these 2 products. But like my skin, I'm just obsessed. Like I feel like it's really radiant, but it's like, it feels so lightweight. You've obviously got your skincare infused with, I know I sound like a walking ad and I have just done an ad for it, but I only do ads with products that I genuinely believe in. Everyone needs this combo. Like I'm obsessed with this combo. This serum itself, stunning, it's chef's kiss. Like you put it on and you instantly look 10 times better in my eyes. But then like this combo is such a nice one. You want like a little hint of something. I feel like last year there was a lot of like what's it called, the tanning drops that came out, and obviously a lot of them are like really shimmery and like it's quite like orange, whereas this is so goddamn natural. I'm so obsessed. But yeah, just finished up on my ad on that, so I'll probably either edit that tonight or tomorrow, but obviously make sure that it's over for the AM. And yeah, me and Jed are gonna film like a few little joint TikToks now, and then I'm gonna cook myself some dinner, time out for the evening. And yeah, very fun day. I feel like it has been like productive, semi-productive, lots been going on. And this was what I was talking about yeah, so like this is my light. These are from Amazon, from a brand called QnA. You can get like a pack of 2 of them. It's a little bit expensive, but like the best investment. I've had this for like probably 3 years now, and it's spelled Neewer, QnA. You'll probably already see the brand on Amazon, but yeah, so I'll probably give this a tidy tonight. I'm gonna ignore the tissue. I had to wipe some foundation off my hand, but yeah, what a gorgeous state. Right then, guys, we've got the bad boy going. Look at her. So I did actually pick this case. I don't like that stabilization. I'm gonna have to figure out how to make that smoother, because right now I'm not enjoying that, but you can change it, which is cool. I bought a little case for her. I thought after I kind of like wrecked the Canon, I mean the Canon's still good. Oh, I also really like that you've actually got a percentage on this camera. On a lot of cameras it will just kind of give you a battery bar, and then it will give you like full, half, and then empty, whereas this tells you the percentage, which is really nice, and then how many hours of footage you've got, which you actually don't have on the Canon. So yeah, this is what she's looking like. I do absolutely love. I just love that she's chunky. I don't know why. I think she's so cool, which probably isn't a thing that you should be looking for in a camera, but I really enjoy the quality. I'm really excited to get working with this camera. It's all going off over here, just cooking some dinner, doing my favorite dinner at the moment, which is basically like a little bit of fusilli pasta, and then well, it's in the air fryer right now, but I've got my, what's it called, greens and my tomatoes in there, so they'll be done shortly. And then I've also got a pesto panko crumbed salmon fillet. Oh my god, it's so nice. I actually prefer raw salmon to cooked salmon, which is very like rogue. I feel like sometimes it's normally the other way around. To be fair, I've just placed it on top of the air fryer, so I don't know if it's super loud, so do apologies if it is. But this, like, I feel like cooked salmon I only like it 2 ways. Well, I thought I only liked it 1 way, being I love it in like a honey soy glaze sweet chili situation, or kind of like, actually that's such a lie, I also like it with QP mayo. What am I cooking with that though? But the way that I've been having it at the moment with the pesto, chef's kiss. Really enjoying it, because I feel like I don't eat enough like fish. Like, I've got fish fingers in the freezer and I kind of chuck them in every now and then. I feel like for a good fish finger sandwich on a weekend, oh, I feel like it hits different. Like, it just reminds me of childhood. Yeah, definitely don't get enough omega in, so I feel like I kind of stick to like, I'll either be going through like a chicken phase or like red meat, and there's no in between, but I'm really trying to focus on like lots of different food groups this year. Absolutely gorgeous. A little bit of colour on the salmon, yummy. And hello my loves, so we are entering the Q&A portion of this video. That sounds like so techie for no reason, but basically I obviously didn't film the latter half. I feel like I literally talked your ear off at the beginning of the video, and then hopefully it gives you kind of like a sense to the day. I feel like it kind of doesn't. Like, it is one of those things where like in a week there's like lots of different things going on. No week is the same. It's always depending on what jobs you're currently doing, whether it's that you need to be filming, whether it's that you need to be amendments. Like, I plan my content out like there's no tomorrow and do lots of different organic videos. Also, look how cool, I've just made myself my own juice, which I've never done before. I literally bought a juice off of Amazon for like 30 quid and decided I wanted to make my own juice, so I did a little video on that. Super fun. Maybe put a little bit too much ginger in here, I will say, but it's kind of refreshing. Gonna try and do this as quickly as possible. We have literally so many questions to run through, so I'm gonna kind of maybe potentially rapid fire them. First one being, how do you film when traveling? Does your equipment change? I would say my equipment doesn't change massively, but I do have a GoPro, which I would recommend if you're a very like activity based person, like to go in the water, things like that, because you can get some really cool shots. Other than that, it really doesn't change. I make sure I go away with kind of like a bag to store everything in, from camera chargers, spare batteries, SD cards, SD card readers, that kind of vibe, and I'll put that all together. I will say though, like when I travel, I do tend to take my DJI 3 just because it's so discreet, so easy to use, and I feel like I can vlog more. And then someone said, what is your favorite thing about your job? And I genuinely think it is the fact that no day is ever the same. I love how I can be so super creative, and I feel like doing lifestyle is like the best thing for me. I always said, like, ever since I was younger, I want to do so many different jobs, and in my job I get to play cook, I get to play MUA, hairstylist, everything, and it's just, that is what I enjoy the most, is just being able to do so many different things under one bracket. And then I feel like this job leads to like so many different opportunities and things like that, so I'm forever utterly grateful for it, but I literally couldn't enjoy it anymore if I tried. It is just amazing. But yeah, I would definitely say the creativity that I get to do it, as well as the audience and the community that we can build, and having that kind of like two-way communication that I can obviously, what's it called, provide you guys with something. It's just absolutely amazing. So someone said, how did you start? Was it awkward? What were people like? So I started in 2020, so we've almost been going 5 years now, which is crazy to even think about. I started in 2020. We went into lockdown. I had like, I feel like I've spoken about it before, didn't have the best experience in school. It got to lockdown and I
it was when TikTok was such a cringy platform. Like, I don't know about anyone else, but in my school, oh my God, hell broke loose if you even had it downloaded. It was like, oh God, like you have TikTok? Like, that's so cringy, that's so childish. And I was like, I love it. I absolutely loved it. I loved all the dances. I was definitely like the biggest like Addison Rae, like a Charlie D'Amelio like stan. Like, I loved it all. I loved following the Hype House and stuff like that. Like, I was that little girl. I say little girl, it was obviously only 5 years ago, but I feel like from the age of like 18 to like your 20s, a lot changes. But that was me. So I would do all the TikTok dances, and it would be to the point where it was cringy, and looking back on them, they were cringy, but I just really enjoyed it. And I didn't have an amazing experience in school, so I just kind of said, I'm not going to see these people again. Like, I've got my two or three like really close friends that I'm obviously going to keep in touch with, and they were so supportive of everything. So like, it was one of those things where I just kind of said, like, I kind of did just say like, it, like, it's what I want to do. I had fun with it, and it did literally just start as a hobby, and then the hobby grew, and then I started to have jobs come through. I remember Talologist being one of the first brands I've ever worked with alongside Jack Wills. Like, these amazing brands were coming, and I was like, oh my God, like, is this real? Like, absolutely crazy. And obviously I'd be stupid to say that obviously like Jed being also in the whole TikTok thing, like that definitely kind of counteracted with everything. Not counteracted, that definitely interacted with everything. If you love it, don't let anyone stop you from doing what you want to do. Like, that is applied to everything. You've just got to go for your dreams, because when you're 16 you look back and you think, oh, I never tried that because I was too scared. You'll kick yourself about it. Yeah, people were definitely very, oh, like, what is she doing? I know that a lot of people in my school did make accounts and write some really horrible things, and they don't know that I know this, but I know, and I know that they're not going to watch this video. But yeah, it was definitely obviously like really hurtful to see, but I've never let like hate comments or anything get the better of me, because I just think you're literally sat there writing a hate comment. Like, actually just picture someone just sat there being, oh my God, you're so ugly, you look like a pig. Sorry, like, have you not got better things to do with your day? How do I get ideas for content? So with me, like I always say, like, I am lifestyle, so I've got the different categories. So I kind of just sit down, and it's not necessarily that, I don't even know how the ideas come to me. Like, I'm always on the platform, I will say. Like, I'm always on the platforms, kind of like seeing what's trending, seeing what sounds are trending. Sounds are always really, really good to jump on and just like kind of get involved fairly quickly, straight away. They're really good. Obviously, trending sounds, TikTok will boost them, Instagram will boost them, that kind of vibe. But yeah, I'll kind of like sit down over a week and kind of literally plan it out. So like, if I'm cooking, I'll be like, okay, well, this week I really wanted to bake cinnamon rolls. I've literally failed at it so many times, but I really wanted to like knack my recipe, and I hit it nail on the head, so that was good. And yeah, it's literally just me writing little ideas, notes. I think it's just staying current to what's going on. Like, for example, in the makeup industry right now, you've kind of got that unrecognizable makeup trend. Cooking, I feel like at the moment it's a lot of like fresh food. Obviously it's the new year, it's kind of just paying attention to kind of like where your audience is sitting, what kind of things are they doing, and also being really relatable. I think being really relatable is like the biggest thing that you can possibly do, because no one likes to see these these crazy unrealistic standards that people are holding. Like, it's not real life and it's not true. So I always like to, I don't know, keep it real, do little get readies with me speaking about what's going on in my crazy head. We then got, have you got a particular posting schedule? And I actually don't, like, at all. I will say on TikTok, I try to upload at least once or even twice a day. That's like a must for me. I feel like, I don't know, it just keeps things rolling. And then with Instagram, I kind of do it so that you might notice that on my feed, it literally goes reel, post, reel, post, reel, post. So when I posted a reel, I know I need to post like a grid, an IG grid. But yeah, no kind of like schedule. So then someone says, how do I structure my content? Do you have filming, editing, drafting, posting days? So I draft everything, and I am such a person that if I'm filming, I edit that day, because otherwise I procrastinate it like there is no tomorrow. Like, I will literally just leave it. So I make sure that if I'm filming in a day, I will make sure that I've set time. Okay, cool, that's 1 hour, 2 hours worth of editing that I've got to get done. There are certain schedules that I do stick to. For example, YouTube will be Sunday uploads. I have obviously got the lovely editor Em doing it. I've actually now, I'm going to start doing like a mini series on a Wednesday, just doing like cutesy little videos, whether it's like a day vlog or kind of like a sit down and have dinner with me. So I'll make sure that obviously if I'm filming, if that needs to be going live Wednesday, like latest I need to be editing is obviously Tuesday, just to make sure everything's read through, uploaded properly, that kind of vibe. Like I say, no week is the same, so it is hard, because sometimes like there might be an event one day, or there might be this, that and the other. So I don't know, say I've planned on Wednesday that I'm gonna do all of like this filming, but then events come up and it's kind of in the middle of the day and it's thrown off. So I think I kind of do more like weekly broad lists. Best tips for someone wanting to do social media and influencing as a full-time job. A lot of people will kind of say, get a niche. I disagree with that. I don't think you need a niche. If you're kind of like struggling and you're like, oh, I don't really want to like do one thing, or okay, actually I do, like, it's amazing to have a niche. It makes content really easy, and it makes it very like straightforward. You know what you're doing and you know what you can do. But if you're like me and you're like, I don't really want to stick to one niche, you want to be more like lifestyle, I would say personality is actually one of the biggest things. I think a lot of people overlook it when they start to do content creation. They just think of the aesthetics, the kind of like UGC vibe where you're looking at products and you're putting it all together, and the video might be amazing, but you've always got to think, okay, what are my audience getting from a video? Like, why is someone sitting down to choose me to watch? And I do think personality plays into a big thing of that. And it's hard when you first start out, because like I know that my voice was so squeaky, so high pitched, and I was like this kind of like weird, like I had me and then I had this weird like social media personality. Whereas I feel like once you get into it and you get into the rhythm, even if you like, I don't know, take loads of videos and don't upload them, but just like so you can get used to it, because when you do sit down for the first time in front of the camera, it is the weirdest thing. Like it is so strange and it definitely takes time. But yeah, even if you're just kind of like getting that practice in, and then when you feel confident enough to kind of start posting these videos, then definitely do so. But it's always making sure that your audience is also gaining something from your video, whether that's an interactive play where you've put something in the caption asking your audience a question, so there's that interactive element, or whether it's ideas for hosting a girls' night or like little bits like that. It's always a two-way street. I mean, again, like I'm always saying this in like things that I've learned, and I'm sat here, I don't think I'm amazing at social media. I don't think I'm this, that and the other, but this is just things that I found. And then the other thing that I will say that I actually feel like I shouldn't say, because it's kind of ruined the way that my brain works and I don't switch off, but the second you realize that everything is content, it is the biggest game changer, but also your biggest downfall, because then you kind of do everything and you think, oh my God, like you feel guilty almost for not filming everything, and that's something that's really difficult. For example, I don't know, if I'm going out on like a date night, and this is something me and Jed actually talk about quite a lot, is we're going on a date and we're trying a new restaurant. Jed's like, oh my God, like I'm gonna film it because he does food and he wants to film the restaurant. But then it's also like, well, that's also our date night, so it probably shouldn't involve cameras. But then you're there at this restaurant, you're thinking, oh my God, this food is amazing, and you want to post about it on social media. So we definitely like have to kind of tell ourselves, okay, this date night, we're not filming anything, we're not doing anything. But it's also amazing in the sense that you then start to switch on and realize how much content you can film, how much you can produce, how much you can do in a day. I mean, vlogs is like a prime example of that. Kind of like if you've got loads of things going on in the day, my instant reaction is, okay, cool, like picking up my YouTube camera and picking up my content phone, like different things like that. So yeah, be careful with that one, because it can literally be like, I don't know, you get up in the morning, you think, I'm gonna make my breakfast, I'm gonna film my breakfast. Okay, cool, well, I'm gonna do an overview of the day, I'm gonna vlog it. Okay, it's now midday and I'm getting dressed, I'm gonna film it. So like, it's great, but it's a lot. So just make sure that you are switching off in social media, because otherwise you just don't switch off. Like, it's really weird. Okay, so then someone put, what do you class as a working day, like compared to usual 9-to-5 jobs? So this is obviously not your usual 9-to-5 jobs, and I'm just briefly going to touch on this because I feel like we spoke about it in 2 points back. But it's just like I was saying, like in terms of like never switching off, it's not that there is a 9-to-5 and there's not that you can kind of do Monday to Friday, because a lot of times I find that I actually work the most on Saturday and Sunday, when, for example, like I can see my friends and I can like kind of like vlog that, and it's like good content. And then it's also one of those things where, I don't know, say I've been at an event in the evening, it is then that I'm probably like most likely editing, or like editing a YouTube video till probably like last night I was working till 11:30 at night. So it's not a 9-to-5, but you definitely have like sporadic working hours of a day. Do you know what I mean? Like you might get up and have an hour, okay, then you've worked for 2 hours, then you have a like lunch or something, and then I might pick work up back at 3 because I've got something going on. It's very bitty, but definitely like it's never, well, it's not never, I feel like I'm always trying to do stuff in the day, especially with the whole business side of things as well. Like I'm always at my laptop, but it's not exactly like I have, okay, cool, I'm starting work from 9 and I'm finishing at 5. It's just kind of like all round, do you know what I mean? But we set our own hours, which is really good, really fun. I do love being self-employed and working from home. Like I absolutely love it, and it's a very big privilege, I know that. Doing content on social media, do you think of the future? Do you know what, in a few like videos I am actually gonna do a, what's it called, maybe like a financial video if you guys want it, because I feel like I've learned so much this year just in terms of like things that you just don't get taught at school, and lots of like life things like life insurance, pensions, things like that. Being self-employed, I do pay my own pension, so I get my monthly wage, which is actually set by myself from my company. It's all very confusing, but I feel like I'll probably touch on that maybe in a different video if you guys want it. But yeah, I think doing social media, your incomes are never the same monthly, so you could have like a good month, you could have a bad month, so you've always got to leave like maximum room for saving and pensions and things like that, because it's one of those things where like it's silly to think that I might still be doing influencing at the age of 60. So I definitely need to get my pension sorted very quickly, and that I'm funding it very soon. And then someone has said, have you made YouTube and Instagram your only sources of income? Currently, yes. Give me 2 months. No, I'm venturing into other things. I love social media so much. I absolutely love it. But I think I was actually having this conversation with Tia, coming from a dance background, which seems so totally irrelevant. But in dance, there's such a discipline where like there's always more to be achieved, there's always more to do. And I think that wiring in my brain, I am at a really good place in my career. I absolutely love it, but like I'm always looking for more. I'm thinking, okay, cool, what's next? What's the next project to sink my teeth into? What's the next mountain to hurdle? Like that is just me. And I would like to think that's a good trait that I have, and I can say that. Yeah, so obviously like I love social media, but I do want like a passion project, which will be coming out very soon. And then I've obviously got plans to hopefully one day have a Pilates studio and things like that. And that's obviously for the very far future. Yeah, there's always just little ways that you can kind of think about more. Do you know what I mean? I feel like I'm going to end the video there because I know that from editing this so far, it's already half an hour long. And now that I've just talked for 20 minutes, I feel like it's going to be an hour long. So hopefully that's not the case, but hopefully you did enjoy. I was debating whether doing this in 2 parts and doing this Q&A in more depth. I hope you've come away with something from this video, because obviously I appreciate it. It's definitely out of the normal style of things. And yeah, I'm going to be responding all to the comment sections from this video, so make sure if you have any questions or anything, I'll be tip-tap typing away. And yeah, I'll make sure to link as much as I can below. I hope you did enjoy this video. Make sure to comment, subscribe, like down below, all the good fun jazz, and hopefully I will see you in the next one.